My MyMegoLike geeks and freaks. Today we're going to, and everybody else who likes to watch in, today we're going to do a little repair on the tree that comes with this McDonaldland playset. I just picked up the second set from Remco. I never had the instructions before. It talks about how to put together, and one of the things that always seems to break is this tree that has a swing on it. By the way, this comes with a wonderful McFavorite Clown song in the back. If you need a copy, let me know. I'll be happy to send you one. All right, so this is the tree. It's right here. And normally this piece breaks off, which happens. They have these pegs. It's not very good plastic, to be honest with you. It's pretty much same plastic I think they make models out of. Pretty crappy overall. Now the swing also piece broke. I'm not going to do that in this video, but these pieces, normally they just kind of snap on the pegs there. Come on. So we can get that off of there. There we go. So you can just pop these on the pegs, but these pegs are pretty fragile, and over time they do break, but they usually broke before the kids got done playing with them. So here's the branch that broke. This peg is trapped inside the hole here. This was the peg, and you would just kind of push that on, and then eventually what would happen is you would just have this branch here. Now, I'm not going to lie, I did not come up with this invention myself. I actually watched this on Toy Polloi. It was an excellent series of YouTube videos for repairing things, and I didn't see a video of repairing this, but it's the same idea where you break a peg, how you can repair it. We're going to wind up using a paper clip and basically a very small drill. So the idea here is to drill out, and some glue. We're going to drill out the hole here, and we're going to drill out the hole here. I'm sorry, here on the other side with this very small bit. Small bits, you can find them at Home Depot, hobby shop, stuff like that. The idea is that the bit is just about the size of the paper clip. I'm using a metal paper clip, and a bigger one tends to work better than wooden dowel or anything like that, obviously. And let's get some glue. And if I'm correct, this glue, this plastic weld should do the trick. I could not buy this here other than going to eBay and having it shipped from overseas. The only thing that's going to stink about this is that when I put this in and we fix this, it's not going to come out again, which is really not a big deal because I'm not packing it away to play with it. I'll pack it away carefully so I have it to preserve for the collection. So to give you an idea, this is some of the collection that we have out here, and it's actually another piece to go in. I'm actually going to try and make some room so I can actually put the display set out, because I actually have all the pieces on the shelf, the train and so on, but that's been done in other videos that I've shown here, but we can do that again sometime. So what we're going to try and do is go for center on this. One thing about, you can do it by hand. I find that's way too tedious. It's a lot easier to use a drill. However, take your torque way down, and I would highly suggest you set the speed, if you have, it's a variable speed drill, set it to the slower speed so that when you squeeze it, it's slower than, right? Believe it or not, it's actually slower, so it won't drill as fast. Give it a little bit better thing. So let's get a little start with this. Let's see if we can do this and try and do this live. Hopefully this works. The idea is I don't want to go all the way through. I want to get inside that peg. When I'm drilling here, I have to be careful because there is a depth that I can and cannot, I don't want to go beyond, so I don't poke through the front, but I can get a decent amount. I already took this paper clip and just simply using a very, you can use wire cutters, which are better. I just kind of bent it off with this. Be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so let's see if we can do this properly. Start here. We want to be careful. The plastic is fragile. We want to try and keep that into the center as close as we can and put some depth on it. Back that out. So we did get a little bit, when you're drilling plastic, you will get, usually we'll get the remnants of it on here, so you're going to want to clean that off a bit. Now we can actually do as a initial test is take our bit of paper clip and push it through, and you can see how deep that goes. That's more than enough. Okay, that's more enough to get in there. We can use pretty much any kind of super glue to keep it in there. I'm going to try this because I want the plastics to bond. The metal will just add the extra support. All right. So using good decision, using good vision, we're going to try and get in there and try and get that kind of right in the middle there, if we can. Take our time. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's plenty of room on this toy for error if you make a mistake, but get as close as I can without messing it up. Be careful again, we don't want to go too far in because we don't want it coming out the other side. See, this is already trying to go in a different direction. So one of the things that we can do, something like this if we need, is we can sand that down flat, because what I'm seeing is a bit at an angle and it's trying to send the bit off in another direction. Again, not a huge problem, but other options, just hold it nice and tight and keep it right where you want it. And then drill. Okay, let's see how far that went in, because we can see how deep that is in case we have to make this clip smaller. We need to go deeper. Yeah, see, that's not very deep. That's all we've got on that. We want to go further. We've got plenty of room in there to go deeper. So let's go ahead and let's drill that out a bit. Let's test that again, see where we're at. See how it goes. Oh yeah, that's way deeper. So we've actually got that much in there. So we're gonna give it a test fit just to see if, before I start dropping any glue on there, that might be a little too deep or too long for this drill out. And I guess I could go through the other side, but I really don't want to. Okay, so we've got a little bit of space in there to play with. Probably hard to see. So let's see what we can do here. Can we do flash? There we go. All right, so putting this in, putting it as flush as I can against that, and to here, there's still some space. So I can either make this metal shorter, or I can opt to go deeper on this piece. I really don't want it coming out the back, because I like the idea that plastic there is actually keeping it from pushing all the way through. So let's see if we can go a little deeper in the front. We'll see how that goes without being too much of a mess. Got it coming out. I think that should probably be enough. Let's give it a shot, shall we? A shot, shall we? Again, this is not my original idea. This comes from Toy Ploy's page, and let's see if we can't get that to go in there. And give us some. Okay, now we actually have it where it is. So it's actually the space in there is normal. That's actually what's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a space. What I want to do is put some glue on there because I want to keep it from coming apart. I guess you could, if you like, leave it just on the metal. I'm not a big fan of that. You'd have to get some friction to keep it from falling down. Otherwise, you're going to have a branch that looks like this. Kind of want to keep it there. So let's give it a little bit of glue. And let's see how we do with this, shall we? Give it a shot and see what happens. This stuff is great for welding plastic. It doesn't weld all plastics. It's pretty much what you find with models, and it escapes me right now what kind of plastic that's called. I'm sure somebody knows. I forget right now, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can get that to weld together. I believe this will work on this type of plastic, and if it does what I think it should, what we'll do is we'll get a bond. If it doesn't, we're going to a different kind of glue, and that'll be the end of that. So just to hold it for a few seconds and see if it starts to bond. Yeah, this is, okay, so this is maybe not going to work on this kind of plastic. No, it's not. Wrong glue for this plastic, is it? Yeah, it's the wrong glue. Okay, so what it's supposed to do is melt the plastics together. It's not working on this type. That should have already melted in. That should have worked. So what we're going to do, I believe, I'm going to see if it actually, oh, wait a minute, let's see. Yeah, so that's not welding together, is it? No, it's not. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to clean that up real fast, and we're going to try super glue, or a different kind of glue, if you will. A version of super glue that'll do the job. Let's grab a rag real quick, because I don't want to mix the two glues together. let's wipe that glue off. We'll try and use super glue, which is, yeah, we're gonna try this Fix All adhesive, which is basically the same airplane model glue, I believe is what they call it. The old kind of tester's glue. It gets stringy, which is why I hate using it. I really do. What's up, Harry? No sniffing. Yeah, this stuff doesn't smell. This doesn't smell. I don't know if it'll kill you, but it does say use protective, yeah. It doesn't smell. This shit stinks. This is basically model airplane glue, if you will. And it gets all that stringy shit, which drives me fucking bananas because it gets all over everything. So we don't want to do that. My advice, keep a rag very handy. And just get a little bit on there, just enough, and we'll pull it. Look at the string on that shit. Drives me bananas. Okay, let's see if we can get it together with that. See if that doesn't make a difference. Gotta be careful because that shit loves to screw up your stuff, right? Sorry, taking off camera because I'm not watching the camera. I'm watching what I'm doing with my hands. And this stuff take a little bit longer to dry. What I would suggest if you're going to use this kind of shit is get a very small clamp and just give it a little bit of pressure to hold it together, or get something else to hold it. Clamp's usually good enough. Get all this shit up. I'll give that dry. And then when it's done, what we should see, as long as I'm stringing glue shit all over my hands, we should actually have a completed tree like that. So what we're going to do for now is we're going to get some, very carefully, we're going to get some pressure onto it, and then we're going to let it dry. It's going to take a while to dry, so I'm not going to make you guys wait through this video for it, because I honestly don't have the patience to sit here and talk all that time, believe it or not. But we should have, when we're done, a functioning tree. The next is I have to work on the swing part, which is going to be a pain because the top of the swing broke off, which it normally does. It's definitely fixable. We can use kind of a similar type tactic with very small teacup hooks, if you will, or some other kind of, so something metal. You do something plastic. Problem is it keeps breaking. They break a lot, so not easy to keep them in a scenario. But once you put them on, if you fix them and if you're not screwing around them, they should be fine. So we're going to let that dry, and then I'll come back and I will probably show the end results later. Thanks, guys, for checking in. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are doing well. And when you're done, hopefully you'll get your opportunity to own your own Remco McDonaldland playset, which incidentally, if I remember if I phrase this correctly, it was the first retail non-Happy Meal toy, I think, or non-Happy Meal toy with action figures or something for McDonald's core. It's from 1976. So get yourself a set, get your old guitar or piano out, and play yourself the McFavorite Clown. I have to get somebody to come in and sing this while I was doing this to get it done. All right, people, hopefully everybody's doing well. Hey, feel free to check out our Facebook group, which is MyMegoLike, or just, sorry, MegoLike. Or check out MyMegoLike.com for over 200-something pages on action figures and vehicles and some costumes and stuff like that. Plenty of stuff. And if you have something that you like and you want to contribute, by all means, feel free to contribute. We love to post stuff up there. There's no kings of toys here, any of that stuff. So if you have something, I will fully make sure you have credit for it and your name is listed on it. Thank you. Matter of fact, several other members have actually written pages that we put up there. We've had them write pages on with their expertise on the matter, because there's plenty of guys who are experts in the field. All right, we can't all be expert on everything, but some people can do on certain topics, and that's what we're doing. So we're gonna let that go. Hope everybody's doing well. Harry Humstone, I was checking out your videos, by the way. Definitely love watching you go through, like, if you're doing garage sailing or antiquing or whatever you're doing there. It was pretty cool to watch. You go find some really cool stuff. Definitely like it. Definitely like it. All right, if you like, you can like and subscribe. If you don't, no big deal. This is just for fun. This is just to show people that they can do certain things, that you can repair some old toys. I will be getting the locomotive out that came with this set. The one I have is working perfectly. The other one, you wind it, and it starts to go, but it's a little slow, so it probably needs a little kick in the caboose. How do you like that? a little shot of WD-40, but you want to be careful where you spray it. You don't want to dick up all the plastic with it. All right, hope everybody's doing well. All right, have a great evening. Hope to see you back soon.